do is just test fit this assembly together now. So the backing plate that we just machined goes on there. There's the washer that we just fit inside there like that. And really the job of that washer, here we go, is just to hold it concentric with, or dead center with it. Now this is the drive plate. You see it's got two flats on it. Ooh, two flats on it there. They line up with the flats on the shaft, which lock it in together. Nut. Put the nut on. What they've conveniently done with this motor is they put a sort of two flatted stub there for you to hang on to with an adjustable spanner and tighten the nut up. And there we go. Right, I've just cut off a piece of this is marine ply that's ready coated, so I don't have to laminate a piece of wood. But I've just found out that this is 303 millimeters, so it's just about 1/8 of an inch shy of 12 inch. But I don't think that's going to matter. Okay, I'm going to measure 150. Circle now. Okay, that's nearly round, so we're going to make it round. Okay, so got it in the lathe now, and now I'm just going to turn this perfectly round. I think I'm going to choose to use my skew. I'm going to do a little bit at a time. So low speed to start. A bit faster. Incidentally, always wear protective gear when using these sort of machines, or any sort of machine for that matter. Okay, that's pretty well there. But what I'm not taking the final cut with it, because what I've decided to do is I'm going to stick another boss on the back of this, and because I don't like the idea of the nut protruding all the way through. Because I'd like to have a nice flat surface. I'd like to be able to use the center of it for grinding as well. Okay, so it's now time to cut the piece of material that I'm going to glue onto the back of that plate. Time to use a bandsaw. It's a very small shop bandsaw. It's quite inexpensive. It's a Ryobi. It's about, I think, about $200. So it's got a very useful laser sight on it as well. So let's put it to some use. Thankful I'm not relying on my circle cutting to be that accurate. Okay, what I'm going to do now is, or what I have done actually, is I've just deglossed the coating on there with some rough sort of emery. I put a liberal coating of glue, wood glue that is, on here. Now what I use is kids lollipop sticks. You can buy 250 of these for about less than $5. So I don't really like using my finger like I see a lot of the guys out there doing. So I use one of these. I don't know whether it helps or not, putting a coating on both surfaces. It may do, it may not, but I invariably do. And here I got it all over my fingers now. So then what I do is, notice I've got a dimple there. I put it on here, roughly the centre, and move it around a bit. Now, why we do that, or some people do that, or I do that, is because it expels all the air from the glue, between the glue and the mating surfaces. Now, lock that up and then apply a little bit of pressure, like so. I'm not just going to rely on the glue here. I'm actually going to put some screws in this as well. And then what I'm going to do is bore the inside out to take the retainer, the front side of the retainer, and the nut. So you're probably asking yourself, well, how's it going to do the nut up? Well, what I'm going to do, if you remember, I've got the ring of holes around that disc. So what I will do is I will assemble that disc on the end of the motor, and then offer this up to the end of that disc, and I will already pre-line it up, you know, sort of draw a circle around it to exactly where the center of it is, and then screw it onto that disc. And I'll then do the final true up, running it with that motor, or on that motor's shaft. So I've got glue everywhere now, so I can clean that up easily later on when it's gone off a bit. was marking the exact location, circumference of this locking plate mechanism. So now I can machine the inside of this out to be able to take this. That's what I'm looking for. About 1/2 millimeter clearance there, and this has just gone below flush. And now all I've got to do is machine the center part out there to allow for the recess for the nut. Okay, so I've set my I've actually forgot what these are called now, calipers, to just over the size of the nut. So now what I'm going to do is, now it's a trick I learned some time ago, is if you just score with one leg the material, and you can eyeball with the other leg exactly, you know, a line becomes evident there, which I'll show you in a minute, and it gives you a sort of perfect diameter marked area to be machined out, or to put a row of screws in, or whatever. That's too big there, so you just move in a bit. There you go. And that's perfectly the diameter that I need to machine out. Okay, I've actually got a low 25 mil, which is what it is exactly. So what we're going to do now is just clean this up a little bit, and we'll be done. Right, what I've done now is I set it up on here, then drew a line on where the disc mated to the wood, took it all apart, clamped this now drive plate disc onto here and put all these screws in. So now what I'll do is remove all the screws and assemble the disc and the plate all on the end of the motor, and it should run all nice. I've actually marked on this faceplate and the back of this drive plate exactly the same position that I want it to go back into. Hopefully it's going to just slot straight into there. I've just taken a nick out of the aluminium housing here so I can get a screwdriver in here. Make it easier for me to actually screw them in. Right there. Now comes the big moment, and notice I'm wearing my face shield. See that? Because whenever you're trying to do something, building something like this, or something spinning at high revs, you do the best you can to make things as safe as possible if something goes wrong. So look, I'm not expecting anything at all to go wrong with this. It's nicely balanced as much as I can make it. It's very rigidly mounted and supported, and everything should be just fine. So here it's maiden voyage so far. Well, that looks all very true. So that's the first stage of turning this small table saw into a disc sander. Well, that's a very satisfying outcome, and I think for one video, I think there's a lot of information I've got into this first video so far, and so far a very good success. And now the next videos will be the building of the body and the cowling to make this even safer and nicer to use. And of course then the third video will be building the cupboard support with I think 3 or 4 drawers in maybe, and put a set of casters on it so I can wheel it around my workshop and use it wherever I want. So for this video I think it's enough, and we'll call it end of part 1, and I'll see you next time. And please don't forget, if you like the video, please press like or subscribe to my channel, and if you would like to, there's a red box up in that top corner, you press that and it will take you to my YouTube channel, where you can scroll through now 56 videos and have a look. So from me, bye for now.